Alright, so we don't want to swing too slow, because the problem with that is it's like you're kind of guiding the club too much. We don't want to guide it. We always want it to have a nice swinging motion. So if you go too slow, you know, you might guide it. You want to make sure you're not lifting the club up. We want to just let it swing up with a nice smooth tempo. So just letting it swing. Okay. Now, if you're going too fast, on the other hand, the problem with that is you might lose the sense or the feeling of where the club's at. So we always want to have control of the club, kind of feel where the club's at and where our body's at. So if you swing as hard as you can, the problem is it's hard to control where that club's at. So you always want to have the feeling of that, and it's good to accelerate as you're hitting the ball. It's a little bit faster, the momentum's building, okay? If you go too fast in the backswing, or you go too fast as you're starting the downswing, that can lead and cause deceleration at impact, because if you go too quick here or too quick here, you can't keep up that speed and go faster as you're hitting, so you'll end up decelerating. So that's why it's really important to have smooth tempo the whole backswing and the transition. We want to have a slight pause as you transition, and then it's going to be smooth as you start the downswing. Once you get to about halfway in the downswing, at this point is when the club's going to start picking up speed. From here, you're going to accelerate through impact, and then that momentum kind of carries you to your full follow through. So it's going to be smooth in the backswing, smooth as you have a slight pause at the top of the backswing, smooth starting down, and then a little bit faster all the way through. Okay, so just like that.
See the pros on TV, they swing very fast, but the most important thing here is that they actually use their body to take it back, and they use their body power to bring it down, and the hands are following the body's lead. And when the body is changing directions, the hands look like they pause a little bit at the top. Nothing ever completely stops. You're constantly in motion, it's just the hands look like they're paused a little bit because they're following the body's lead. So if you have 2-count tempo, 3-count tempo, it really doesn't matter. Everybody pauses at the top. Just that if you have a faster swing and you have a 2-count tempo, then your pause at the top is going to be very short compared to a slower tempo person. Tempo at the pause at the top is going to be a lot longer. But must remember, you have to pause at the top. Okay, so in order to pause at the top, you have to use the body to swing instead of arms to hit the ball. If you're not sure if you use the body correctly or if you yank down with the arms, I have a simple test here you can try. What you do is you set up to the golf ball, you're going to go to the top of the backswing, you're going to count to 3, and then you're going to hit it as hard as you can, like this. Boom, 1, 2, 3. So if you use the body correctly like I do, what's going to happen is you're not going to have any problem stopping at the top of the backswing. And then on the way down, you'll hit it fine like you always do. Whereas if you actually use your arms to hit the ball, you're going to have a very hard time stopping at the top of the backswing like this. And once you hit, you're going to feel that tension in your shoulders. You're going to feel like you're holding it super tight, right? So if you figured it out and you realize you hit the ball with your arms, I prepared a simple drill so I can relax your arms and I can get you to use your body more so we can get that tempo going. So it's called a step drill. So what you do is you set up to the golf ball, you're going to take your left foot and step it in so your stance is smaller. You're going to take it back without moving anything. You're just going to step the left foot back into the original place, step like this, and then you're going to use your hips to swing, not your hands. So watch, you're going to turn, step, hip, like that. When you step, the one thing you have to be careful is when you step, people tend to kind of do that. your hands are supposed to move at all. You just step your left foot and then the hip. Once you're comfortable with the step drill, let's go ahead and hit the ball. Okay, so you're gonna go turn, pause, body. To get your tempo going, you have to remember two things. Number one is that you cannot use your arms to hit the ball. You have to use your body to hit the ball. Number two is that you have to pause at the top. If you remember these two things, your tempo is going to become fantastic.